Sorry about that. Just had to make sure I did everything that I needed to. Excuse me. Let us go into this. Let's see how that works. Yeah. Let's continue. So, what happened last time? Let's see if I remember what happened last time. Stuff with Shion. Oh yeah, I know, because I checked the tips. So it was the delinquent. So it was going back, him collecting his thing, and something else, I think. Yeah, him collecting his thing and then the people like gathering around and doing all that stuff. Whatever that was, you know? The like cult-like stuff. Hello, Diana. How are you? How's it going? Yeah, I was just trying to remember exactly what happened. Pretty good? Nice, great to hear. That's great. That's amazing to hear. I'm glad to hear it. That it's going pretty good. How's Umineko been? I'm doing better. You know, it's why I stream, but I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I'm still not the best, but like, I'm no longer coughing as much. I still am coughing a bit. Yeah, I have no more congestion, which is great. And I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm burning up as well. So it's really just like my voice. It's like, it's not that I'm sick. It's just the aftermath of the sickness. There's a bit of a cough, but other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah. Surplus moment. Yep. Classic surplus, getting sick once a month. Finished episode 1. How is episode 1 going? Or how did episode 1 go? How would you compare it to Higurashi episode 1? I'd been invited over by Shion for an all-you-can-eat... Oh yeah, I got the all-you-can-eat dessert. Well, I want your thoughts on it. Because I'm sure when you started up Higurashi, you had like some idea about it, right? So like what, like, and Umineko, you had some idea about it. So what were your thoughts on episode 1 compared to Higurashi episode 1? Like, I didn't mean anything else by it, but like, what did you think about it? I'd been invited over by Shion for an all-you-can-eat dessert. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger.
Keiichi-kun, 今日はなんだか嬉しそうだね。いいことあるのかな？
Ah yes, it was obvious. Rena had questioned me with a happy look. That's right, why don't I invite Rena for dessert as well? Now, if I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. I'm not gonna lie, Umineko episode 1 is so much better than Higurashi chapter 1. Really? So, is there a reason why they're like titled differently? Why Higurashi's chapters and Umineko's episodes? But do you feel it's just the introduction, like there's a lot less otaku stuff? Can't answer that? Okay, so there's a reason behind it. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever.
ちょっとしたラッキーでさ、明日報告してやるよ。レナ、きっと羨ましがるぜ。
なんだろう。いいの。そのラッキーって可愛いかな？
Cute? I wonder what Rena would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. They'd definitely be a critical hit. There's some of that stupid otaku stuff, but not nearly as much. As an introduction, it's amazing. Nice, that's great.
かなり可愛いかも。
いいの。何かな？
へえ、どんな幸運に恵まれたのやら。あれ？ひょっとして2月くらい前にエンジェルモードで三角くじとか引いた？
Oh, she knows about this.
それに当たった？
Participate in the draw and won?
おいおい俺は2月前にはまだ転校してき
The
てない
last
ぞ
couple of hours is probably the coolest shit I've ever seen. Oh, damn. Okay, that's very high praise then.
ああ、そっか。じゃあエンジェルのデザートフェスタでもないし。
みーちゃん、エンジェルのデザートフェスタって何かな？
ほら、沖宮の駅前の正面にエンジェルモートっていうファミレスがあるじゃない？あそこではね、季節の変わり目に新デザートのお披露目イベントをやるんだよ。
What did Surplus think about it as well?
それが今日でね。あ、言っても無駄だよ。9時当選者以外は入店できない貸し切りデーだから。
Mion explained once again what Shion explained to me last night.
レナも今度からお店に通ってみよう。頑張ってくじを当てて次のデザート食べ放題を狙うの。
Also, the OST is awesome. I know you've sent a bunch of Umineko songs as well beforehand, so yeah. I know you have said the songs. Oh no, wait, was it you weren't? I think it was Ruben who sent songs, and you said that you were wait until you got into the game itself to listen to the OST more.
頑張れ。ちなみに聞いた話だと、当選
I
くじ
believe
は
he
マ
feels.
ニ
I
ア
know he
推
feels
薦のプラ
similarly
チ
as
ナ
well
チケ
that
ッ
he
ト
likes the
で
OST,
闇では
but I couldn't
高値
remember
で
if you
取引されてる
also
なんて噂が。
watched it as well. Or sorry, if you listened to it like pretty, like in depth, yeah, or if you were waiting until you like actually started reading it yourself before listening back to the OST. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured for me. Surplus is mad? Why is Surplus mad? Oh, I see. Yeah, he is mad. Yes. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. But hey, you know what? He could go to sleep. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat dessert for free, but it turned out the ticket was much more valuable. How are you doing, Z? I can't remember. I didn't wish you didn't come into stream last time, so I can't remember if you came into stream last time. So I don't know if I wished you a happy new year and like happy holidays and all that. So if not, then I wish you that. We were talking about Umineko, basically the next game in this like after the next game that this creator made. Mod it, deving like usual. Nice! That's great. The number of things I had to thank Shion for had increased again.
ありがとな。そんなに価値があるものなんて俺全然知らなくて。
What'd you work on this time? Looking forward to episode 2, that's great! Even more metal names, Prison Strip is such a cool strong song, especially in context. As in context, as in you know the reason for why the song sounds the way it does, or you like just knowing when it plays is just really cool. Add an enchant mechanic, okay, that's cool. I whispered in a voice only Mion could hear. Oh, okay. Thanks, I didn't know it was worth so much. I whispered in a voice only Mion could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mion looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly.
何？なんか言った？
It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. That smile seemed to be telling me as much. I guess Mion wouldn't be accepting any gratitude while she was Mion. I'll go to the restaurant. Today I'll thank Mion while she's Shion.
じゃ、おじさんはこの辺で失礼するわ。
To be honest, the enchant NPC is kind of on the corny side. Why? What about it? Also, Surplus, I think this one character is hot as fuck. Which is the character? You have to now send it, so I have to see the image.
今日のバイトはちょっとハードなんだよな。じゃあね。
Goodbye, Mion. Mion waved her hand energetically as she left. Can't tell you? Oh, okay, is it like a character that's a bit, how do you say, like a surprise, I guess?
なんだかみーちゃん、最近変なの。浮かれてるって
The
いうか。
existence is a spoiler,
嬉
okay.
しそうっていうか。
そうなのか？
Rena was pretty sharp when it came to these types of things. To me, Mion seemed the same as always, but Rena apparently felt something different.
ケイチ君は知らないのかな？てっきり知ってるのかなって思って。
Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy
知ってる
smile.
って俺が何を
Her voice, man. I was so it's a woman. Good to know. Good to know. That narrows it down by half. I was obviously weaseling my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, a person of Mion that she created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Rena paid it no heed.
そっか。じゃあ何なんだろうね。
The roster is mainly... Oh! Okay. I didn't think Umineko was mainly woman, though. I thought Umineko was more, like, spread out.
でもみーちゃん
But I
が
guess
機嫌
not.
いいとレナも嬉しいよ。はう。
Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. It's more spread out, but I believe it's leaning towards women more slightly. Okay. It was so infectious that I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful.
でもね、
Why did it, like, cut like that? Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more somber
み
one.
ーちゃんね、つい最近ね、すごく傷つけられたの。
To kill the guide after Wall Flash have to defeat it, not via voodoo. Okay, the NPC will turn into the sun moon into an eyeball and it's tweaking. Oh, okay. The NPC will teleport. Oh, okay. Is that the... So if it crashes, so does it allow you to open up the game afterwards? Also, yeah, Surplus wouldn't find a guy hot, so you should have known... I mean, you can find, like... If you can find the thing you're not attracted to hot. That's not a, like... It doesn't... You don't need to be attracted to them, but you could still say, oh yeah, that's a hot guy. Like, you don't need to say anything. Yeah, I just don't think he'd say that. Okay, that's fair.
傷つけってえ
The pain that Rena was talking about probably wasn't
は
physical.
じめはあまり気にしてないふりをしてたけど、怪我と同じ。だんだん腫れてきた。
He never mentions it unless you ask. I remember when I was playing Deltarune, there was like the task manager person, and he was just typed in chat. Listen, there's exceptions, okay. Yes, and upon opening again, the entire screen will turn dark and text will say, do not do that. Oh, okay. But it's very rare. So wait, are you just locked out of your world, Z, if you kill the NPC? There's exceptions, but it's very... I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm not someone to really comment on a character's, like, attractiveness or anything either, usually. I think the one exception that I could think of... But I mean, I didn't even comment it on myself. Other people would talk about it, and I would agree, was, like, Lune from Expedition 33. But other than that, I can't think of anyone in recent memory that was like that. Maybe you would have a better memory for that type of thing, though.
じんじん腫れてきた。とうとう痛みがこらえられなくなって、夜中に目を覚ました。そして、レナに電話してきたの。
Chapter 3 in Higurashi, I'm always the best. I mean, Chapter 1 and 2 are, like, very, like, just introductions. Chapter 4, you said, is, like, I remember you said it's the shortest one. So I feel like Chapter 3 would have to be the best, right?
みーちゃんは泣いてた。
I said, oh, okay. So when was the best way to change my mind? Okay.
ごめん。それ、何の話だよ。
何の話？
レ
ナは今、何か話をしてたのかな？
おい、そんなとぼけ方するなよ。今、レナは。
What made you change your mind, Dianeo? Just like, just thinking about it?
知らない。レナは何も知らないよ。
No, the world's so playable, the NPC will be gone, and the guide will... Oh, okay, okay. I see, okay. So it's like that thing just takes over the guide again, if it sees you're holding a weapon that damages NPCs. Renna spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick, stumbling as she steadied herself with her hand against the wall. The slice of... In Umineko? Or in Chapter 3?
バカだな。調子に乗ってぐるぐる回ってるからだよ。
In 3, okay. Well, I mean, from what I understood, 4 is like a lot of, it's so corny. Well, it is just like that. It's meant to be typical slice of life thing for a bit to I guess, lull you into a false sense of security. And also to, like, so people buy it, I guess, initially. I'll lend the Ditsa's shoulder to lean on. 4 is a special, yeah, I remember 4 is a special existence from what he explained. To be stumbling around like a newborn foal at this age is quite a feat. Rena, in a good mood, only babbled incoherently after that. I laughed as I responded to her and chided her. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived. Also, I made Poop Sword. Oh, you have an artist? Or is it your girlfriend? I can't remember if you said if it was your girlfriend that does the art. I like it. I think it's the worst simply because it's the shortest by a lot. Okay. So what? When I get to chapter 4, do you think I should do chapter 4 and 5 in a row? Or should I do chapter 3 and then 4 right after? What do you think? As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. Or should I just have it as a separate thing? Like chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously in order. But I'm saying, like, should I do chapter 3 and 4? Should I do chapter 4 and 5? Or should I do chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5? I have a team now. 4 artists, 2 coders, including me, and 1... Oh, damn! So how'd you get, like, a team going, Z? Like, what made you start, like, you know, building a team, together? Relative to the rest of those, very short. Okay. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show, as my stomach began to let out fickle growls. Alright, let's go to Angel Mort. It's time to face that land of endless desserts. Preparations for battle are complete. Tally-ho! Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert Festa today. Admits by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen young men. Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy of entering the store, they weren't invitees. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? I found the answer to that when I passed through the crowd and began to climb up the steps to enter the restaurant.
あんた当選者なのか？チケットを持ってるのか？
ああ、まあな。ラッキーだったんだ。
As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum on a crowded train. What's going on? The reason was this. It wasn't just 1 ticket per person. 1 ticket could let up to 4 people
そうだっ
inside?
たのか。ますますレナや他のみんなを誘ってやるべきだった。親切にありがとう。でも今の話は聞かなかったことにするよ。
With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. When I did, their arms all reached out like once, like the souls of the damned seeking succor. To be honest, I don't know how I did it for it. You just spawned out of nowhere. Cool. Well, that's really cool. Like, the fact that you have a team working on this now, usually, like, when you have teams working on mods and stuff, that's really cool. It's probably gonna, like, it was already gonna be a big mod, but now, like, you have a team working on it, I feel like you can do a lot more in a quicker amount of time. That's really cool. Like, let me know when you finish the mod. I'll definitely, look into it. Shodas is the canon epilogue in Ray, which is about 4 hours. You don't necessarily have to do that one, but I think it makes certain things a lot better. Okay. One of my artists has worked on a... Sure, yeah. More than welcome to. What's selfish? Really, Keiichi? You're the one saying this? In my opinion, it's like, yeah, sure, like, okay. The fact that they showed up in the first place, yes, I agree. It's kind of, like, very weird of them to do that. But Keiichi, you also have 4 people that you can bring in with the ticket, and you're only taking yourself in. Set it in hashtag art. Let's see it. Oh, that's a cool sprite. Oh, that's really cool, actually. What's the 3D model below meant to be? This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reached out for me like teeth on a giant rake and grasped at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance.
なんて身軽なやつ。
Oh! Why does it look so three-dimensional? I feel like that's not Terraria art style though, is it? Okay.
取り押さえろ。
This isn't something to joke about. I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It was like I had entered a different world. Miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other... What? Are you... Keiichi's like writing a fiction book here. Like, what is he... The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. But inside this completely soundproofed and air-conditioned restaurant was with the angelic smile of a waitress to welcome me. They were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. She said she draws them first to visualize how it looked like actually, and then pixelate them. Oh, okay. This part is so dumb, you'll see.
いら
Okay.
っしゃいませ。本日はデザートフェスタにつき、チケットのお客様のみの貸し切りになっております。チケットとご訪問をお伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
チケットはないけど名簿に名前があると思います。前原です。
前原、あった。失礼ですが、フルネームでお伺いしてよろしいですか。
圭一です。前原圭一。
Oh, I didn't realize A was auto,
大変失礼いたしました。
auto
特別
go
招
ahead.
待の前原圭一様ですね。お席へご案内いたします。どうぞこちらへ。
You had a tea party last night? How was your tea party? The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. And the booths were packed to the brim. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was a rather unnerving spectacle. Soon after, I was shown to my seat. Shion arrived.
いらっしゃいませ。
Whole squad already aired their claim first. It's like the YouTube comments that, like, you know, like 5 people write the comments and then they write first because nobody else said first. It's funny. But no, I mean, I have it there for a reason. The first person to redeem it gets first.
ようこそエンジェルモーターへ。
よーしよ。今日は本当にありがとうな。世話になりに来たぜ。
ちょっと遅かったから心配しました。でも来てくれて嬉しいです。
I may have been because other customers were around her. That tone was less casual, but she still capped off that welcome with her usual brilliant smile.
見ての通り、今日はお客さんがすっごいんで、
I don't understand how could there be so many customers if it was a draw.
私の仕事が終わるまでのんびりしててく
If
だ
it
さ
was
い
a
ね。
draw, I thought like only a certain amount of people would be able to win. It seemed like she says there's a lot of customers.
終わったら一緒に遊びに行きまし
Should
ょ
I
う。
make him read the entire, well, not the entire, but probably the first like section as much as Twitch allows. Let's go play somewhere? It's a dessert thing. What do you mean play somewhere? Whispering that last part into my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. Maybe it was because the mood in the restaurant was so heated, but Shion seemed a bit bolder. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter.
お待たせしま
There's
し
a
た。
small streamer I used to watch that dedicated an entire stream to doing that, reading the entire B-movie script. I know, like there's some streamers that just do the most random things as streams. I know you said he stopped streaming, right? While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out from one after another. It's for my B-movie script upon death mod. Did you make that into a mod? Does it keep going even when you respawn? I get it, you can eat all these amazing things for free. No wonder a ticket was worth all its weight in gold. I see. It does keep going. Okay, so if you just die over and over again, you can get it to repeat like 100 times. On top of that, all of it was pretty delicious. From dishes with the general appeal to the insane ones aimed at a specific audience, there were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire. Yes,
どう
okay.
考えても一人で食う量じゃないかもしれないな。
Oh, it's a wall of text. It's not like a text-to-speech thing?
まあそれは置いておいて。
It didn't feel relaxing in here at all. Probably because the fervor inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. All the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. It's just a wall of text, I see, okay. It piqued my interest, so I started listening on their conversation, and what things I heard. Oh... Do you know why he stopped streaming, Diana? Or did he just slowly stop streaming over time?
僕ですか。当選チケットは秘密ルートから7万で購入したっつ。
職場には親戚の
These
葬式でと言って
voices,
る
man.
よ。
What are these voices? Hell no, but in Legendary, the players to sit through Adam Sandler reading the... Okay, I see. Upon death. Wow.
エンジェルは制服が最高により。
ウェイトレスさん、水とかズボンにこぼしてフキフキとかしてくれないかにゃー。
Oh my gosh. I hate these guys so much.
にゃーにゃー。
エンジェルモートのフィギュアが今度発売されるらしいでござるな。次のイベントは要注意でござる。
そうそう。今度大手フィギュアメーカーが商品化を決めたそうであります。
Higurashi. Ruben, you definitely came at one of the time of all times. How are you doing? No wall of text blocking the view at least. Okay, that's good. So, okay, it's just a wall of text. Where does the text appear? Like in chat? Or where does it appear?
発売日は要チェックなのであります。
しかし大人買いするには種類が多すぎるのでごわすな。普通のファミレス制服のフィギュアなら10種類程度でごわすのに、今度のはシークレ
I
ット
know
ポーズ
stuff
差
in
分込
like
みで
Japan
ざっと
do
100
like,
種
you
類。
know, they do advertise their like I mean everything in Japan is like idol culture, right? Like the weather people are idol culture, the you know, like the idol culture in general is like a big thing. Like everything they need to turn into idols that people latch onto. So it's like they do the same thing here probably, where they turn their like waitresses into like a line of you know, merch that and figures that people can buy and all that. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm definitely, I mean, I don't know how my voice sounds to you guys, but to me it definitely, like, you know, still feels that I still feel the after effects of being sick, but like overall I feel good. Text appears on the player screen.
だ
Okay.
った時は誰かトレードしてもらいたいでおじゃる。
Wonder if some actual talk. No, because I think no matter what, I think people are like, oh no, this is so extreme. That's not me. Like, I think, like, I don't think there's anyone who thinks that the otaku, like in these fictional things, are talking about them. Because I feel no matter who you are, you would think it's too extreme, even if it's meant to represent you. This is just typical maid cafe. Yeah, exactly.
ファンとしては即日コントはキム。いや、君と僕とのディスティニーでおじ
But
ゃ
that's
る
what
よ。
I'm saying. Like, you can still buy, like, even the small, like cafes and everything, like the smaller ones, that's not like, you know, super big. People still have to like make a connection to whoever, like the waitresses, or like they have to, yeah. They have to idolize people no matter how small or big they are. You're gonna make skeleton or Rami appear upon beating a boss mod. I like that. I like these small mods that you just get for they're like really stupid but are funny. The words spilling out their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon, but they still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality.
お待たせしました。次のデザートは南国風シナモンのアバンチュールでございます。どうかなさいましたか？
Tropical cinnamon love affair.
いえ、なんかこう今日の店内は雰囲気が違うなと。
I saw you in Pink Cube? What is Pink Cube? Things I hear about how the icons are treated, they are made to, yeah, they're not. Yeah, what is Pink Cube though? I don't know what that is. Pink Cube. Pink Cube, a fast girl, There's a queer art platform in the US? Is it that?
うちのお店、その道の方々にはかなり有名らしいんです。
Oh, Pink Cube is, oh, okay. Just finished chat. Oh, nice, nice. What I made so far, Foxy jump scare mod. When does the Foxy jump scare mod happen? When you die or something else? Nice. How has he just been playing like Higurashi? Like has he just like spammed it out, or has he been taking breaks in between?
まあそういう狙いのお店ですからいいんですけどね。でもイベントの日のお客様はちょっと
What?
本音
Oh,
の
okay,
方が多いん
okay.
で
For
困っ
Foxy
ちゃい
jump
ます。
scare on every second. Okay. The waitress informed me quietly with a wry smile.
なんかお客の人たちも血走ってて
It's,
ハイエナみ
well,
た
I
いですよ
mean,
ね。
because I think both of you are always looking at every Higurashi stream. So it's like, there might only be a few people streaming Higurashi. So it's like maybe only one person streaming. So you guys just both open Higurashi streams at the same time and then see each other. So it's funny coincidence. On Reddit too. Oh, really?
今日のお客さんのほとんどは
With the
かなり
Higurashi
遠
Reddit?
方から無理してきてるみたいですからね。そういう方々ってハメを外しやすいんでちょっと怖いんです。
No, not even? What Reddit then? Which Foxy jump scare is it, by the way, Z? Is it the first one? First game?
ちゃんとガードを固めておかないと大変なんですから。
Yeah, but he does like, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't like streaming that much. I think if I stream every day and I stream like a small amount of time, I don't even think 2 hours is a lot, to be honest. But if I stream every day like a small, sorry, yeah, I don't think 2 hours is a small amount of time. But if I stream every day, but definitely compared to other people, it's less. If I stream every day, small amount of time, I like that more. What does she mean by keeping your guard up? At that moment, a large crash resounded throughout the room. Withered Foxy. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not about it being mentally taxing. It's that there's a lot more I feel I could do in my day. Like, you know, I want to go to the gym. I want to cook. I want to, you know, spend time with my, you know, like, friends online. I want to, like, do other stuff in my day. And I like having a schedule, I guess, like a consistency. If it's one day where I set apart where it's like I do nothing but stream, I don't know. That's something about that feels weird to me. But that mentally taxing is definitely another thing, because you have to be, instead of being entertaining for 2 hours, you have to be entertaining for 4 times the amount of time, which I already get tired after 2 hours. Terraria Civilization. Is that a thing that people, because I know people do the Minecraft Civilization thing. Do they do the Terraria Civilization thing? Like, is that a thing that people have done? Like, what is it? 1,000 players simulate living, I don't know, in different nations or something? No, it's not real. Okay. I turned around, startled, to see a waitress had fallen down, and she spilled the order that she was carrying right onto a customer. Wait, isn't that Shion?
すみませんでした。
But I would love to make it. That would be crazy if you could.
なんてことするにゃり。
Dude, okay. This guy probably has, like, you know those circle glasses with the swirls on it and buck teeth. That's how this guy probably looks.
もうジーンズ専門店で1800円もしたズボンが生クリームでベトベトにゃりよ。
Jeffrey! You're right! This is Jeffrey! What the hell is that? For somebody who just met with disaster, he seems awfully happy.
これはひどいですにょ。
I can't think of how this guy looks like. I might have to come back to him.
ウェイトレスさんが精神誠意ふきふきするしかないでござるにょ。
Oh, this guy might be like the lean, tall one who like puts his hands like if he's a rat. Like, you know, he puts his like his hands at like a bent angle in front of himself, and he like wiggles his fingers. The conversation suddenly veered off in an odd direction. Hey, what did he say? Wipey? Did he want Shion to wipe him down? Right over that, the obviously aberrant tent he had pitched over his...
でも
I can't believe One Piece Season 1 is ending. You mean the only season?
私
I don't think there's gonna be another season of One Piece. Unless they do, like, 2 Piece. And then they have, like, the... Like, Luffy's son, Boofy. And, like, we then go on the... Like, how every other shonen anime does it. I wish somebody created a George Lucas set of Higurashi removing the Taku pandering. Yeah.
ふきふきふきふきふきふき。
The wipey chants quickly spread throughout the room. Totally cornered, Shion went pale. She looked over to a more experienced waitress for the help, but was only met with a head shaking out of pity.
園崎さん、足を引っ掛けられたんですね。ああやってわざと衣服を汚させて絡んでくるお客が最近多いんですよ。
足を引っ掛けてだって？じゃあ今のあれも事故じゃなくて恋？
メインの女の子は十分気をつけてますから絶対
I
ああは
finished
ならな
episode
いん
1
です
with
けど。
Mineko and seems to cut the...
園
Yeah,
崎さ
I
ん
know you were
は
saying
短
that
期バイトだから
it's a
ま
lot...
だガードが甘
Yeah.
くて。
But yeah, Ruben probably has insight on the otaku-ness of... Is that an adjective? I don't know. Of Umineko.
今日のお客様たちにも早々に見破られちゃったみたいで朝からあんな感じで絡まれてるんです。
店長とかは何やってんだよ。あんな不良な客は追い出せよ。
We're in the service industry, so there's not much we could... Yes! You can! This is your restaurant. What do you mean we're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it? You can kick out customers. You can... That is your restaurant. She laughed as she said, no! You can do something about that. Shion trembled uncontrollably with a dishcloth in her hands as she turned bright red. The man who had been doused in... Okay, but... Okay, first of all, I'm pretty sure if, like, the waitress spills something, it's, like, usually you clean it up. You don't ask the waitress to clean that up. That's the first thing. Second thing... I had a second thing, and then I forgot what it was, so it's only one thing, I guess, for now. The creator said One Piece Season 1 will come to an end, and his team will relax for a couple months and make Season 2? What is Season 2 going to be? Boofy? Yeah, there's gonna be Boofy in 2 Piece. Like, what? Still mentally unprepared, her trembling hand inched forward, goaded on by onlookers.
ふきふきするでござるよ。
From my male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle. I could just smile. Oh, this was the second thing. This was like, I know it's Japan and they make everything like weird, but what? The person wipes you down with a cloth. What is so arousing about that? Like, if I, like, you know, like spilled something and I took a cloth and started wiping someone down, I don't think that's very arousing. From a woman's point of view, this was obviously pure humiliation. Excuse me, someone like trespassing me perfectly. Yeah. When I was trapped by those thugs and had been paralyzed with fear, Shion fearlessly stood up to them and saved me. Still, as humiliating as it was, Shion was also partly to blame for this. It wasn't as though her life was at stake, right? Even these guys, they were just gonna jeer at her in a bit of a lewd situation. It's not like they were gonna eat Shion alive or something. It'll all be alright if I just console her afterwards.
私だって怖かったですよ。でも、他ならぬケイちゃんのピンチだし。勇気出して頑張りましたってことです。
When here we go with this man thing. His ego about being saved as a man. When I, a man, was being assailed by 3 thugs while paralyzed with fear, Shion saved me without a second thought. What about now? These sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Shion. This time, our roles were reversed. Just because of the time it coincidentally spills on the... But still! Like... I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about it differently than they are. But... I just can't see how that's just aroused. Like, it's on the crotch, sure. But how's that arousing? In the Andy and Layla type of shit. It's not that bad, okay? You don't save her now. When will you be able to repay the debt you owe her? You scared, Keiichi Maibara? At that time, Shion, no, Mion didn't even show a hint of hesitation. And what about now? I'm not hesitating. Then what? You're not hesitating, then what? No, because there's no incest sex happening, okay? So, it's not that bad. Yeah, exactly, yes. Daine, thank you. If you're not hesitating, then why aren't you helping her?
さあ、観念するでござる。ほほほ。
やかましいぞ、重量オーバー。
Oh yeah, that guy is the fat guy. I knew there were... Okay, so I thought there were 4 of them, but no. No, wait, yeah, there were 3 of them. Is there only 2 of them? Because one of them, I was like, I knew there was that guy, and I was like, that guy's gonna be the fat guy, but I didn't hear his voice at all.
俺の目が黒いうちに出て失せろ。
I grasped Shion's shoulders firmly and pulled her behind me.
ケイちゃん。
そのスタッフが世のオズボンに粗相したのでござるよ。
お仕置きが必要なのはてめえの方だ。男なら能書き吐くな。腕で物を言ってみろ。
Did he get, like, did Keiichi get absolutely walloped? Yeah, my body was lifted into the air like nothing. I was thrown right back into my own seat. That guy is strong. No matter how you look at it, athletic and this lardo aren't even the same area code.
オタクは意外にマイナーな武道を得得していることが多いでござるから甘く見ると大変でござるよ。
The man smirked, showing off his gum line.
ケイちゃん、大丈夫？
Damn it. How lame my son look
シオ
right
ン
now.
は足を引っ掛けられたんだろう。向こうが悪いんだからつけ上がらせることなんかないぞ。
そうだけど、でもやっぱり悪いのは私だし。
もう一度だ。行くぞ。
Oh, and then Keiichi gets absolutely sent to the floor again.
これくらいでへこたれるケイチ様だと思うなよ。もう一度だ。
Whack, snap, thunk. He's trying!
口ほどにもないでござるの。
Wait, but he can call the police, right? Keiichi can call the police and say he was assaulted. That's what I'm saying. Wait a second, Keiichi. Think about it. You have the wounds as well, right?
まだまだ
You think he resort to that? I'm just saying, if he's really trying to do something. Higurashi Keiichi doesn't work logically. That's true, yes. Maybe that's like unmanly of him to call the police. Not just running, I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the distance to the lard ball. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward in that vicious... Is it viscous or vicious? Viscous. Flow of time. I calmly measured the gap between us. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us where where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist in righteous anger, but it flew towards his face slowly, like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside of my punch. I hadn't realized it up until now. But in this mired time, I was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. Excuse me. His arms slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch. His arms slowly swung around like in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch and descended in an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock and came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. Dragging my head around, he followed through with another rotation. This time he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. Combining defense and offense, it was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times. I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. In this viscous region of time, I was unable to struggle, and could only wait, dumbstruck, until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, that sluggish temporal anomaly, abruptly ended. Crash.
修行が足りないでござるよ。ヤングメン。
I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. After my consciousness faded into a wave of dizziness, when I came to, I was lying down in my own seat.
怪我しなくてよかったですね。
The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over.
大丈夫ですか？私なんかのために。すみませんでした。
俺こそ役に立たなくてすまん。俺喧嘩って勝ったことないし。
私のために助けに来てくれただけで嬉しかったです。本当ですよ。それだけでも今日はケイちゃんに来てもらえてよかったかなって。
As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands.
園崎さん、R 入ってもいいですよ。あと 1,2 時間でしょ。
Yeah, I personally was never a fan of horror myself either. Sorry. I was someone who got freaked out easily with like fictional horror and stuff like that, but I really loved non-fiction horror, like learning about like killers and like their types of things. I really enjoyed that, but like movies and like that stuff, I was really never good at that, like good at handling that.
いいんです。バイトとはいえお給料もらってる身ですから、時間内はちゃんと働きたいんです。だから本当お気遣いなく。
She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality.
ケイちゃんは気にしないでデザートいっぱい食べててくださいね。一通り食べ終わったらアンケートを書いてもらいますので。
Oh yeah, true crime documentaries. I don't know, like, yeah. I don't think I've even ever watched a true crime biopic drama. I think I've only I'm someone that enjoys finding out about cases or unsolved cases or just weird cases or just those police body cam footage and hearing about that stuff. I don't know, there's something entertaining about it to me. Maybe entertaining is not the right word. Maybe interesting is. I don't know.
じゃあ私ホールに戻りますね。
After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitresses started to head back to work. That's where I
す
stopped
みま
her.
せんウェイトレスさん電話借りたいんですけど
電話ですか？レジ横にございますよ。ご案内いたします。
I pulled a 10 yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact, but I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Now is not the time for tears. I had to
確か
fight.
チケット1枚で4人まで OK なんですよねあと3人呼んでもいいんですよね
ええ、そうですけど一応名簿に書きますのでお名前を伺ってもよろしいですか？
I turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is that we're the most powerful club members in history.
名簿には竜宮レナそれから北条聡子古出理香で
There's something icky about full-on movies and shows that are capitalizing on real-life tragedies with real victims. Yeah, I agree. And there's the entire movement, I think, that's going on now about not having the killer's names listed, but having the victim's name. So it's trying to not glorify the killers, and I think that's a good idea. I don't think the killer's name should be fully omitted. I think, maybe you could mention it once, but then maybe just don't mention my name the rest of the time because you don't want to glorify them. I think that's the entire reason. Because at the end of the day, you want the victims to be the thing that you remember, not the killers. So if you repeat the victim's name more, then yeah.
かしこまりました。承ります。
I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses, prepare to meet your maker.
いいお店だね。はう、制服かわいい。レナも着たい。はう。しかもデザートまでおごってもらえるなんて、僕は大感激なのです。
ああ好きなだけ食ってくれ俺の分なんか気にするな
Dude, it's all you can eat dessert. What do you mean don't worry about my share?
ケイチさん、茶番は結構でございますのよ。要件に入ってほしいですわ。
Rena and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satsuko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the
頼
table.
む俺の不甲斐なさを笑ってもいい力を貸してくれ
The 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my unusual behavior.
どうしたのかな。何があったんだろう、太郎。
実はミオンの妹のシオンがこの店でバイト中なんだ
ああ、話に聞いてたみーちゃんの妹さんだね。ひょっとしてあれかな、あれかな。似てるね、似てるね。似てるも何も髪を下ろしただけの本人ではありませんの？
I didn't know what to say.
ケイイチがシオンだと言うからシオンなのですよ。いくら双子だってあんなにうり二つになる
I
も
don't
んなん
think
ですよ。
Satsuko understands. Okay. Let's forget about the fact right now that there's a thing about oh, it's Mion. Wait, no, they actually are 2 different. Let's forget about that for now. Does Satsuko know identical twins exist? Like, that's a thing that exists. And they do look the exact same.
一卵性ソーセージって言ってね、本当にそっくりの双子っ
Okay,
てこ
thank
と
you,
も
Rena.
あるんだって。
Thank you, thank you. Rena gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced.
納得してもらえたかな。それで、本題だ。
I think it's, horror I think works for some people and doesn't work for others. It's that simple. I think for most people it can work, but there are some people that it just doesn't work for. Excuse me. I recounted everything that just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it.
それはひどいね。しーちゃんかわいそう。しかし、それを助けられないなんて、みっともないにも程がありますわよ。
それについては、返す言葉
Yeah,
が
no,
ない。
honestly, like, Satoko, you're right for once.
さとこちゃん、負けを認めて助けを求めるのって、とっても難しいことなの。ケイチくんは変なプライドなんかより、しーちゃんを助けることを選んだんだよ。
I didn't know that was a thing. So, like, how do you just speak? Experiencing the internal world. So, how do you find out, like, or how do you realize that you have something like that, Z? Like, what? Like, I understand. I understand that it's like, it's different compared to most other people, right? But how do you realize, oh, wait, I have aphantasia? Like, how do you realize that?
情けないですこと。
Nena's follow-up stung a bit, but I can only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there was no malign intentions behind her words.
で、僕たちは何をするですか？
Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve.
そんなところだと思ってましたわ。ケイイチさん一人には少々荷が重すぎますもの。
じゃあ、助けてくれるのか？
当然だよ、ケイイチくん。私たちは誰がいじめられても助けに行くよ。
My teacher told me to imagine a peaceful place, and I stand up and look outside the class. So when I tried, I can't. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that's a great way. Like, that's definitely, how do you say? Like, you were definitely lucky that your teacher had something like that. Like, it was the same thing with my brother. My brother always had, like, different, like, without going into too much detail because it's something he doesn't like other people to know. So, without going into too much detail, he had some issue. And it's, like, something that a lot of people couldn't figure out. And then we got this new teacher, and the teacher immediately knew what it was he had. Just draw it on paper and look at it. Oh, okay. Which is how you got into art, I guess? I remembered when I was cornered by those thugs, what Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Maibara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight. That's why I suck at art. Well, you could try, like, how do you say, like, real, what is it, like, still life stuff. Like, still life stuff you could probably be good at because it's just drawing exactly what you see in front of you.
一人で頑張ったけど、歯が立たなくてかわいそうです。
Rika-chan gently pat my head for me. But there was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with a strong, dependable feeling of leave the rest to us.
もろもろの都合により、ミオンは参戦できないので、臨時に俺が指揮を取る。作戦内容は、シオンの護衛と敵勢力の殲滅。
敵って誰かな？いっぱいいるのかな？
現時刻以降、シオンにちょっかいを出そうとする全個人、 交戦規定はなし。報酬は今食っ
Like
たデザート。
apple to a monster. Okay, I see.
質問はあるか？
Yeah, that's very interesting. I didn't know that was a condition that you could have. Everybody had already entered a club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring around inside the restaurant, like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her
なん
hand.
だい、リカちゃん。
手加減は必要ですか？
So how did you get to modding Terraria then? Because I feel like that still takes some like creative input, right?
不要に決まってますわ。ミオさんの妹に狼藉を働く輩に手加減なんか不要ですの。いいんですね、ケイチ。
Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. I'm counting on you, Rika-chan.
全責任は俺、前原圭一が取る。
Where sometimes when I draw paper on a canvas, my body is filled with pen markings and paints. How did you get carpal tunnel? Because I know that's something usually by repetitive, like, hand movements, right? How did you end up getting carpal tunnel?
よーし、レナも頑張るぞ。
すまん、よろしく頼む。
ケイチさん、そんなに力まなくても
Yeah, I
大丈夫
play
ですよ。
Geometry Dash. But still, Geometry Dash, don't you only need to press, like, one button usually?
まあ、ご覧あそばせ。ケイチさんがそのパフェを食べ終わる頃にはお掃除は終わってましたよ。
I see, okay.
ではみんな、頑張りましょうですよ。ファイト、おーです。
Thus, the most powerful warband the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader. When you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everybody besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strengths to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring.
園崎さん、7番テーブルにデラックスパフェを5つお願いします。あ、はい。
Why do you think you can't be as good as you used to be? Shion carried the order to the tables. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the breathing room to pay attention to her feet.
くっくっく、どうしよう、また来たでござるよ。
今度はミーのおズボンにぶっかけさせて、一層念入りにふきふきしてもらうにより。
It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time, another one of them was trying out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack.
圭一よりレナへ。5、6番テーブル付近で待ち伏せだ。レナ、聞こえてるか？
お店の制服かいいね。
Okay.
買う？お持ち帰り。
Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena. She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed by the back of her uniform. From a normal person's point of view, it's probably like having a fox guard a henhouse. When it comes to Rena, things are different.
怪異状態。シンクロ率 120%。勝ったな。
あの状態のレナさんには地球上のどんな物理法則も通用しませんわ。
Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleazebags.
今でござるよ、同志諸君。
I mean, you don't think if you practice, because I mean, before you would practice a lot more, but now when you take breaks and go back to it, like, you're probably not going to be able to do as much as you did before. But I'm sure if you practice consistently, you'd be able to do it again.
世界の輝ける明星にして。
What are we saying?
万歳！
What are we saying, Otaku? I wish we had Otaku 1, 2, and 3, but it's just all Otakus. A leg snaked out to strip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, the 3 of them at once. Thap, thap, thap.
もう本当。
It happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs, bent at unnatural angles. Wow, that's a sound. Oh, there's a food shop here just called Food Shop, I just realized. Wow. Food shop.
これは何事でござるか
Rena teetered into view and gave them a warning?
おいたはダメなんだよ。目だよ、目。レナがお持ち帰りするから、目。
Food shop, it is pretty straightforward, yep.
この小娘神妙な技を
Oh, and now are they gonna be busting because she like broke their legs? The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out. Okay, no.
さすがはレナさん。いつ見ても恐ろしいキレですわね。
ああ、絶対的なガードだ。半径2メートル以内で行われるシオンへのあらゆる攻撃をレナは完全なカウンターで粉砕する。
As Shion was making her rounds to the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands.
はうレナよりケイチ君へ。もうしーちゃんにちょっかい出す人はいないよ。だからもうお持ち帰り。
ケイイチよりレナへご苦労だった。引き続き護衛を。それからお持ち帰りは不可。繰り返す、お持ち帰りは不可。
じゃあ見てるだけだよ、見てるだけ。
What are they even communicating on? Rena knocking people out again. I don't know how she knocked them out by breaking their legs though. Like how does breaking like, or I guess she didn't break, but she bruised their legs and they got knocked out. I guess looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises.
現時
Anime
刻をもっ
logic,
て
yeah.
敵勢力識別を完了。次のフェーズへ移行する。ケイイチよりサトコへ。そっちはどうなってる？
さとこですわよ。どうなってるとはひどい言い方でございますわね。
How's that a rude way to
レッツ
ask?
さん、私を誰だと思っておいでですの？
Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with order chits and their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made desserts.
ちょっとさっきから何をしてるの？まあまあ、その崎さ、いいから彼女に任せておいて。それよりもこのオーダー全部一度に行くからお願いね。
The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once. I think so. I don't think the music is that. I think you can redeem music now. Check and see. If not, then I think I have to turn it on.
分かってるだろうが手をつけるなよ。自分の身が大事なら。
わかってるけど。
I thought they could still order dessert for themselves, though. Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you can enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of that fact were the men now stuffing their faces. Is it glue or something she put? Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong.
サトコ、何を混ぜた？塩やタバスコってわけじゃないだろう。
あら、ケイチさんが言ったんですのよ。手加減無用って。私、こう見えても叩くときは徹底的に叩く性分でございますの。
As she said that, she twirled a dubious file in her fingers before putting it away smartly into her pouch.
さとこより理科へ。お客様が行きますわよ。エスコートお願いしますわ。
What did she do?
僕にお任せなのです。
Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. A restless fidgeting, and a look of relief when they found a single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. It was just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs.
さすがにがっつきすぎたでござるよ。
Oh, Jeffrey.
お手洗いはどこでござるか？
僕 僕もにゃりんよ。オープンでなくクローズドの方でござる。
Okay, I don't know what.
リプレイ発信にゃ
Oh,
り
did
ん。
she put laxatives or something in there?
おトイレはどこにゃ見つけたにゃ緊急発進スクランブルにょ
I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting the restroom was crammed with about 10 men.
うわ、なんとしたことでござるか。
As I peered over to see what was happening, whoa. It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench. There's no way to use it in this state. Damn, that's Satoko. What a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. It was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up.
これでは尿が出せぬでござる。
どうしたものにゃりんか毎同士
Z, were you able to see the song thing? It was a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there were one more to push to the kicker. Seeing that it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that. Wait, I want to check settings. I see, okay.
こうなっては。
Well, that's not necessarily true. I'm sure if your reason it's your playlist is because you enjoy those songs. Faced with a moral dilemma, that man had only one other option. Woman's restroom.
さすがに女子トイレはまずいでござらんか。
Okay. Let me for now. I wish I... Here, okay, it's under the sound effects volume. Then we can turn off the music for now and then put on this.
今日のお客さんに女子はいないにゃりん。
I'm pretty sure. Really? I'm pretty sure there would be. Like, it's just a draw.
コロンブスの卵でにゃりん。
はあはあ背に腹は変えられぬ
Dude, this guy is like getting... Okay. It does not fit the game. Well, it definitely does not fit this section at all. But you know what? It's a way to just chill out, I guess, with what's happening. Yeah, they are. What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' restroom without any hesitation.
Me?
Oh? There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. The men stood there, frozen in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events, but the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I should never underestimate you.
これはでござるな。まだ待て。
Mademoiselle.
Me.
男子便所がちょっとデンジャラスにゃのでちょっとおトイレをお借りしたかっただけなのにゃにゃ
Me.
でもやっぱり
She isn't even saying anything, she's just saying me.
どうし諸君
Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way to try and do their business. This is the most they could do after all. Pikachu time, yeah. I like the song though, Z. See, your playlist is not ass. If it were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now, what are you gonna do, you fat asses? The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid.
僕が助けてあげてもいいのです。
Okay, what are you gonna do, Rika?
してその方法は
Yeah. That's just the bottom of my list. Okay, it's not even... Oh, okay.
お外のトイレを使えばいいのです。ご案内しますですよ。
それは助かるにゃりん。
Wait, but doesn't that ruin the point? Because if she needs to go out to show them the toilets, right? I thought that she... Like, the entire point is that she's standing there blocking the things, so I don't know. Also, why is this guy saying, like, cat stuff?
このままじゃ集団って不混乱状態にありーん。
This guy needs to be shot. I cannot believe I just read that. Rika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture.
マドマーゼル、そのトイレは
No
ここから
bad
遠
pun
いでご
intended,
ざる
yeah.
か？
すぐに着きますです。
Obeying Rika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant.
ケイチ君、締めだよ。ビシッと言ってね。
おうよ、任せておけ。
I spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant.
何の真似でござるか？
Is he gonna try to beat them down now?
ワンの非常時に。
What does that mean again? DEFCON
悪
1?
人ども、この扉から一歩外へ出ることがどういうことになるか分かってるんだろうな。
それはどういう意味にゃ？
ほら、チケットに書いてあるよ。途中退店無効って。どこのおトイレに行くのも自由でございますがね。その扉を一歩でも外へ出たなら、二
Return-based
度
game?
と戻れませんのよ。
I mean, maybe it's just because I've heard it so many times I feel it fits. But yeah, I get what... I think when I initially heard it, I did think it was a bit out of place. But it fits after some time. Like, you realize it does kind of fit. Boom!
覚えてろー。
そんな怖いこと言う人たちを案内したくないのです。
I've already panicked as Rika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see
本日
them
は
off.
ご来店誠にありがとうございました。
愛しゃるリターン。
Wait, it says... He said, I shall return. It's not we... Oh, okay, maybe they all said that. Clang, clang. The bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them.
すまないですわね。楽勝の極みでしたよ。やったね。
Wait, but how can Rika come back, though? Rena and Satsuko clapped their hands together.
ひゅー、俺一人じゃ歯が立たねえ連中もメンバー総登場ならまさに一網打尽だな。
この程度の相手なら私たちなら一人でもお相手できましたよ。ケイイチさんも少しは腕をお磨き遊ばせ。
I was loath to admit it, but Satsuko was right. Damn it! One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand
でも
alongside them.
みーちゃんの妹さんを守れて本当によかったね。もうこれでいたずらする悪い人たちは一人もいなくなったよ。
素敵な友人に恵まれたわね、園崎さん。
The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats.
私のためにその
Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen.
わあ、しーちゃんもかわいい。双子なんだね。はう。
Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her.
分かってると思いますけど、園崎さん、とても感謝してますよ。
This fire? Oh, it would be like in a girl's bathroom being all weird. Yeah, it was very unfortunate timing for you to put the song in.
私もホールを代表して感謝いたします。
Clap, 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 clap. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Rika-chan made her return.
おう、お疲れ。守備は上々か？ずいぶん遅かったな。
ごめんなさいなのです。帰りに迷子になってしまって大変だ
Wait,
ったの
so how
で
is
す。
she able to enter then? If if the others weren't.
リカちゃんは変な道を通ることが多いからね。よく迷子になるんだよ。
Okay, that seems... Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, but she gets lost pretty often. That seems like not a throwaway line. How does she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet?
人間誰にも得て増えてがありましたよ。リカにはそんなの負けないような長所がたくさんありますわ。
それもそうだな。さっきの女子トイレのあの表情、役者だったな。
She didn't have an expression. That's the entire point.
あの時の圭一はひどいのです。自分が彼らの立場だったら僕を弾き飛ばして女子トイレに飛び込むとか考えていたのです。
また俺、考えが顔に出てたのか。
Did he even... We didn't even see that.
圭一くん、エッチなんだ。
あ、いや、そら。
Dude, I hate his laugh so much. I cannot... It sounds so fake. I could laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, 10 unidentified men were taken into custody in Hidayama. The men claimed they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was.
さてと、ごちそうさまなのでした。今日は呼んでもらえて嬉しかったのです。あら、もう帰りますの？もうちょっとゆっくりしても。タンスのお片付けの途中だったのですよ。あのままではお布団が敷けないのです。
So okay, she's... Yeah. Like a genuine goofy kid. I like... You can be a goofy kid and like have a laugh. But that is not like... I really did not like that. Like, his laugh sounds so annoying to me. Like, it doesn't sound like he's actually laughing. It sounds like he's faking it. To me.
それもそうですわね。
Oops, looks like I called her at a bad time.
レナが電話した時はお部屋の片付け中だったんだよ。でも駆けつけてくれたんだよね。まあ、非常時だから仕方ありませんわ。
You should hear... Who is that? Hoen Kyoma.
それに、甘いものをいっぱいいっぱい食べさせてもらいましたですから。
okay, okay.
とても喜んでいますよ。
No, trust me, I've heard One Piece laughs. Like, nothing is as annoying as One Piece laughs. I know this already, but I still dislike this guy's laugh.
急に呼び出しちゃって。
シオンによろしくとお伝えなのです。では失礼しますわ。レナさんはどうぞごゆっくり。そうするね。じゃあね。
Rika and Satoko, in a good mood, horsed around with each other as they left. Oh, wait, we're ending here? Okay. Or at least, maybe not ending, but... That feels like a strange place to cut off. Oh, maybe we are just ending here. Okay, no. Why was it black screen for that long? While Rena and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee.
あら、ちっちゃい二人は帰っちゃいましたか？
Hearing them called little ones was so strange, I inadvertently burst out laughing.
なんか片付けの途中だったとかで帰っちゃったよ。
Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people.
先輩に話を聞きました。なんだか私のためにいろいろご迷惑をかけてしまったみたいで。
全然迷惑じゃないよ。他ならぬしーちゃんのピンチだしね。
They really, like... Okay, looking at Urena, I understand they, like, tried to make her frail. Why did they make, like, they really tried to make her hands, like, dude, like, she could punch, like, she could break concrete with those hands. Like, I don't know. There's something about those hands. Like, look at her hands here compared to Urena's hands. Doesn't this look like she could break something with these hands? Like, she literally, like, could throw down. Low-key felt like an average. Yeah, it did. Like Renaissance. Look at her. Like it looks like she just punched something and break it.
いいよね、しーちゃんで。みーちゃんとお揃いで可愛いかなって。
あ、まあ、どうぞご自由に。
It does. I think just probably the angle. I think the angle it just looks weird. It's like this does not like. Oh my gosh! Yeah, how does she even do that? Wait. Okay, so her hand, her elbow goes like that, and then she's holding it like that. Okay, yeah, and then she's doing like that. That's not a natural hold. I think. It just feels weird. Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Vena started talking to her. Vena's pretty sharp about some things, so Shion's probably worried that Vena would find out she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon and hurried off back to the kitchen, leaving behind coffee for just the two of us. It's a video, not a song. So when we reach like a stopping point, we'll watch the video.
慣れ慣れしい子だと思われちゃったかな。
照れてるだけだよ。
でも本当にそっくりだね。
Yeah, but these chapters, or the chapters here feel way longer compared to chapter 1. Or like, sorry. So they're big chapters, right? Which is like the individual Steam games, and then they're chapters within the game. The big in chapter 1, like the entirety of chapter 1, the chapters within that felt a lot shorter than these here. Like, before it would be like a chapter an hour, but now it's like, we're still on the, like, one chapter, and it's gonna be 2 hours soon.
双子ってよりも、もう一人のみーちゃんみたいな感じ。
Now, this is one of the songs in my playlist. Okay. Let me, mute this again. Music volume off. Oh, it's a Plants vs. Zombie song, is it? It just sounds like it, yeah. Moon Grains X Billie Jean PVZ mashup.
そういう双子も面白いと思うけどな。
Just waiting for the plot to pick up. But still, like, when I played it before, it would be like I would be able to plan around 2 chapters per stream, because each chapter would be about an hour. But now it's like as I said, it's we're still on chapter 5, and like from the beginning of stream, and it's been an hour 30 minutes. Like we would be able to get through a chapter and the tips.
ケイチ君はそう思う？中身もそっくりだと思うよ。
Makes I can hear it. It is, yeah, Billie Jean and Plants vs. Zombies and Moon Grains. I don't know. Oh, is Moon Grains the person who made it? Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know who Moon Grains is. Oh, is Moon Grains the song from Plants vs. Zombies? I don't know the Plants vs. Zombies song, so that would make sense. Moon Grains is... Okay, yes, okay. Then I was just staring at the pattern in the milk on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. Night level theme, okay. I just know, like, I knew this was a night level theme, but I don't know the Plants vs. Zombies song names. For somebody like me who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Rena's off-put mannerisms seemed to imply that I said something I shouldn't have. That unpleasantness carried on for a little while.
レナさ、今日言ってたろ。ミオンが傷つけられたなんて話。
そんな話したかな？
だからとぼけるなよ。確かに言ったよ。今日の学校からの帰り道で。
Rena answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. Why is she doing this thing where she, like, it's the same thing from chapter 1 where she was playing dumb again. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Rena wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mion. But when? Why? Me?
もし、仮にそういうことがあったとしても、それは俺には悪意はなかったんだよ。
I continued the conversation but let out the assumption that I'd hurt Mion.
うん。きっとそうだと思う。ケイチ君に悪気はなかったと思うな。
Rena replied, also leaving out the assumption that I'd hurt Mion. That confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed like that I hurt Mion. And Nena was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized
誤
it.
解しないでほしいんだけど、別にレナは怒ってるわけじゃないよ。
Seeing right through what I was thinking, Nena said that as she smiled at me even more gently than usual. Mind read.
ただなんていうのかな。
Where he did the moonwalk for the first time. When I was younger, I tried so hard to learn to moonwalk, but I had no clue what to do.
難しいなって。
俺に落ち度があるなら、はっきりそうだと言ってくれないか。俺は自分でも呆れるほど鈍感なんだ。謝るべきことがあるなら、少しでも早くそれに気づいて、謝罪したいと思ってる。
Yeah, nobody make people, like, faint in concerts. It's crazy.
別に、ケイチ君に落ち度なんかなかったと思うよ。考えようによっては、ずるいのはみーちゃんの方なのかもしれないし。ずるいのが女の子だって居直るのも、またずるい気がするし。
What Rena said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt
頼む
Mion.
よ、レナ。ミョンは俺の最高の仲間の一人だ。遺恨を残してなんか付き合いたくない。だから教えてくれよ。俺は何を傷つけてしまったんだ？
Boom.
ダメだよ。こういうのは自分で気づかなきゃ。
Nena was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. The fact that she had the strength of will surprised me for a
それに
moment.
気づけないから、こうして頼んでるんだろ。
My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Nena was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat
じゃあ
demeanor.
ヒントだけならいいかな。特別なんだよ。
すまん。頼む。ちゃんと考えるから。
Nena looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, but without confidence, as usual. What is that? Crown B bite. It's biting an arm.
しーちゃん、髪の毛を上げて結んだら、みーちゃんと見分けつかなくなるんだろうね。
うん、そうだな。
じゃあさ、みーちゃんが髪をほどいたら、やっぱりしーちゃんと見分けがつかなくなるのかな。
多分な。でも、それとこれと何の関係があるんだよ。
もしもだよ、双子の妹なんて話は嘘で、あれは妹のふりをしてるみーちゃんだったら、どう思う？
Nena was sharper than her daily behavior, bellied. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right
質問
answer.
に質問で返すようで悪いけどさ、レナの言う通り、ミオンがシオンのふりをしていたとして、それは何のためだよ。
After maintaining the silence for a while, Nena glanced at the clock.
そこを考えてほしいな。
The delinquent individual is sure is biting an arm. Yes, she is.
ヒントにしては多すぎかも。はあ、
After thanking me for the dessert, Nena stood up from her seat.
ごめんね。頼まれてるお買い物があるから、そろそろ帰るね。しーちゃんには挨拶もせずに先に帰っちゃってごめんって伝えておいてもらえるかな。
ああ、伝えておく。
ごめんね。
え？
レナって怒りんぼなの。怒ってごめんね。ケイチくんだけが悪いわけでもないのに。
Nena was harsh in her apology, but I was the one who really should have apologized.
みーちゃんだってもうそんなに気にしてないことだと思うの。だからなかったことにして忘れちゃってもいいと思うんだ
If
け
you
ど。
want to forget the whole thing happened, that's
でも
fine
ね、
too.
同じ女の子としては、ケイチくんに自分で気づいて、
What
自分
whole
で謝
thing
りに来
happened?
てほしいなって夢を見ちゃうの。
Switched to cute mode only at the end as she disappeared in the direction of the register. Oh, you know, I was looking at that emote. I thought that was a hammer, like splatting a cat, but no, it's or like, you know, like bonking a cat, but no, it's a cat in a top hat and mustache and monocle. While staring into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder.
お待たせしました。やっと終わりました。
It was Shion, who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed a smile while greeting me.
今日は本当にありがとな。どれもすごい美味しかった。みんなも喜んでたよ。
いえいえ、そんな。でも、 喜んでもらえて嬉しかったです。あれ、さっきの女の人も帰っちゃったんですか？
買い物があるって言って帰ったよ。先に帰って申し訳ないって伝えておいてくれって。
そうですか。
Okay. So, is Rena trying to just imply that they are the same person? Or... Okay, I don't know.
じゃあ、私
What
た
if
ち
they're
も
just
表に行き
constantly
ません？
switching places?
たとえオフでもバイト先は緊張しちゃいますから。
I don't know. I still think her voice sounds different from Mion's. Like it's that to me is the biggest thing. That her voice sound like they don't sound like the same person. We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I'd been sitting the entire time, so I was in need of a breath of fresh air. Okay, I feel like something sus is gonna happen here. Like, it's nighttime, it's just those two alone. I don't know, I feel like something very off is gonna happen here. When we left, the sky had already become draped in a veil of darkness. It's the same voice actor as well, make of that what you will. Okay.
なんだか暗くなってきちゃいましたね。もっと早めに終わらせてもらえる約束だったのに。
Shion seemed upset that there wasn't much time left.
でもいいかな。ちょっとでもこうしてのんびりお話できる時間が取れたから。
Saying that, Shion set out for the tree-lined boulevard behind the station. The front of the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home.
さて、自己紹介からしようかな。初対面はいきなりお姉と間違えられるという衝撃的な出会いだけで、互いに挨拶もしてないですからね。
I can only smile and laugh wryly.
私、園崎シオンと申します。お姉と似てるのは外見だけなんですよ。お姉は大雑把で暑苦しい人なんだけど、私は几帳面だけど涼しい人なんです。
I remember what Rena and I had been talking about. I still think of the, because what Rena said earlier as well, I still think of, like, the idea that they may be in the same body, but they have, like, two different consciousness, like, or whatever, inside their head, that, like, swap out. I don't know. That's what it feels like to me. I remembered what Rena and I had been talking about earlier. But then there was still that one thing where it's like, Mion didn't know that we had the ticket, so that's a bit strange. I said they looked the same, but their personalities were different, while Rena said they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off, but Rena figured that Shion was Mion. Also related to that, she said that I had hurt Mion. Rena had given only one hint. That was, why is Mion pretending to be Shion?
シオンは俺のこと、ミオンからなんて聞いてるんだ？
お姉はケイちゃんのことお気に入りみたいですから、饒舌にいろいろと喋ってくれますよ。部活の話とか、やられたとかやり返したとか、そんな男の子みたいな話ばかりです。本当に仲がいいんですね。
Boyish kind of stories, huh? Come to think of it, I think there was something Shion told me before. Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Was that happen? Was that what happened that hurt Mion? Mion herself said she'd wish she'd been born a boy, and that being a girl didn't suit her. She said a lot of things to that effect, didn't she?
ケイちゃん、さっきからなんだか楽しくなさそうですけど。
いや、そんなことないよ。
Why are we outside? She got off shift, and she didn't want to be in the, where she worked, so we're just outside walking right now.
隠し事が下手なくせに嘘つこうとするんですよね。だから憎めないんですけど。
Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I hurt Mion. I was having a hard time figuring out the riddle that Rena had left me with.
ほら、あれ、綺麗だと思いません？男の子でも綺麗に感じます？
へえ、綺麗だな。
Shion was having fun window shopping, dragging me by all sorts of stores I would normally never enter. It wasn't like she was begging me to buy her anything, and I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics I knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. Hot cocoa sounds good. How cold is it by you, Z? I had the feeling that she was good at conversation.
ケイちゃんってこういうの初めてですか？
ああ、初めてだよ。こんな小物のお店なんか、こうして連れてきてもらわなかったら一生入らなかったな。
そういうのじゃなくて、こういう感じの。
What? I leapt back when Shion suddenly linked her arm with mine.
そんなに驚かなくてもいいじゃないですか。女の子と腕を組むくらい、そんなに恥ずかしいことなんですか？
Shion's expression was a bit miffed but suggestive at the same time.
別に恥ずかしくなんかねえよ。腕が欲しけりゃ1本でも2本でもくれてやるよ。ほら。
ケイちゃんって本当に退屈しない人ですね。お姉のお気に入りってのもよくわかります。
いらねえなら引っ込めるぞ、腕。
そんな喜んで拝借いたしますわ。
So they're just okay. I'm trying to think. I still think, knowing this game, I feel like it's gonna get like it's trying to lull you into a false sense of security right now. I think. Laughing in good spirits, she unlocked her arm with mine. My heart skipped a beat.
反応を楽しみたいんで意地悪に質問しますけど、ケイちゃん、女の子と腕組んだことあります？林間学校のキャンプファイヤーでってのはなしでです。
Around a bonfire at a field trip doesn't count? Is that like a thing that people do? Arm in arm with each other around bonfires at a field trip? That little devil. She was asking me that question knowing full well what the answer would be.
林間学校を封じられると辛いな。
I understand Japan, but like, what's the ritual, I guess?
そうだと思いました。
そのいたずらっぽい笑い方。
See it a lot in anime.
本当にミオンと同じだな。お前、本当にシオンなんだろうな。ミオンがシオンだって嘘をついてるんじゃないのか？
お姉がシオンのふりをしてるかもしれないって思ってます？
さっきまでは双子だと思ってたが、悪ふざけの仕方がミオンとそっくりすぎるからな。
口ではそんなこと言ってますけど、ケイちゃんはちゃんと私とお姉を区別してますよ。
区別ってなんだよ。
お姉がこうやって腕を取ってきたら、ケイちゃんドキドキしますか？
する。関節技でもかけられるんじゃないかと思ってビクビクする。
Shion laughed so hard she had to hold on to her
おいおい、
sides.
そんなにおかしいことかよ。肩腹を押さえて涙溜めるくらいに。
いえいえ、お姉ってしょうがないなって思ったんです。年頃の男の子と腕を組んで心臓を高鳴らすこともできないなんて、本当に女の子失格ですよね。
I remembered once again that I'd heard somebody say that before.
お姉は男の子に生まれた方が良かったんじゃないかなって思うことありますよ。そしたら私も惚れてるかもな。
What?
なんちゃって
That doesn't feel like a just kidding.
ミオンも男の子に生まれたかったなんて言ってたな。
お姉は女の子がしたいのか男の子がしたいのか中途半端なんですよね。まあ不吉祥な生き方のツケですからね。放っておいてあげてください。
Okay, this feels like it's the price she pays for living an awkward lifestyle.
さっきから実の姉に随分な言い方だな。
私ミオンのどことなく甘えたところ好きじゃ
No,
ない
she
で
is
す。
being like a dickhead right now. The way that Shion talked somehow sounded
シオン
cold.
ってミオンとあんまり仲良くないのか？
まあそこそこは仲良くやってます。でも姉妹として許せないなってところはいろいろありますよ。 思いません？
I turned around to look at where Shiona's pointing. What was there was the familiar display window of a toy shop. The same shop that was the stage for the incident. Oh, is Mion working here right now? And she, like, wanted to bring us here? To show that, like, oh, Keiichi is with me and not with you? Is that, like, what she's trying to do? Just trying to be a dickhead like that? What she was pointing out was a display with a plethora of adorable dolls that looked sort of like the soft sort girls would
女
like.
の子ってどうしてこういうのが好きなのかな。
It looks closed. I don't know.
だって可愛いじゃないですか。ケイちゃんは可愛いって思いませんか？
俺は男だから特にそういうのは感じないよ。
まあまあ、ケイちゃんはこの中で一番可愛いのはどれだと思います？
Shion, pulling on my arm, motioned to the row of dolls. They were lined up like they were close sisters, taking a commemorative photo. A few of them seemed strangely familiar.
こっち側に並んでる4つは見覚えがあるな。
やっぱり有名なんですね。ケイちゃんでも知ってるくらいだから。
Shion sounded impressed.
最近イギリスから入ってきたばかりの新作なんですよ。
I'm just like so like I can't just sit down and like take in this. Just there's something just off about all of this to me. Maybe I'm just like overthinking this a ton, but just something about this feels very off.
安さがポイントのはずなのに変に高騰しちゃってるそうですよ。
Seems they're starting to come at a premium.
女の子っていい年になってもこういうのが好きなんだな。
Like I'm
人に
very
もよるで
tense
しょう
right
け
now.
ど、人形とかぬいぐるみとかを嫌いな女の子ってそんなにいないと思いますよ。あの男女のお姉ですら可愛いって言ってましたから。
へえ、ミオンも可愛いって言うのか。そりゃすごいことだな。
That's right, I just remember. The store owner gave this one to us after Sunday's event. Except for Mion, who was a relative. Everybody had gotten something.
やっぱりあれが一番ですよね。
Oh, okay, is that what Mion's mad about? Because Keiichi didn't give her his stuffed animal that he got? And he gave it to Rena? I think that's what happened.
ドレスのふわふわな感じが本当に。
それだ。この店のマスターに俺がもらったやつだ。
らしいですね。
Shion replied softly, but
吉
clearly.
郎おじさんが日曜日のイベントを盛り上げてくれたお礼にって、お姉が連れてきた友達4人に配ったんだそうです。ドレスの人形はケイちゃんがもらったんですね。どうでしたか？とっても可愛かったでしょ？
Listen, man, there's no way I think it was cute.
じゃあその人形どうしちゃったんですか？
持っててもしょうがないからあげちゃったよ。
To who? As Shion laughed, I could hear an audible click run through my head, like the piece of a jigsaw puzzle snapping into place.
今日はみんな本当にありがとう。おかげでイベントは大盛り上がりだったよ。大したものじゃないけど、これ今日のおだちんに。
あ、吉郎おじさん、私にはないの？おだちん。
あらあらあら、かわいいのが出てきましたわよ。
Oh, it's tea change, yeah. When Satsuko and Rika-chan... Okay, yeah, there was the same thing as before.
これかわいい。
I'm gonna just go through this fast since this is just flashback.
俺のなんだかやたら可愛いのが出てきたぞ。
Okay, wait, no. It wasn't just Rena, Satsuko, and Rika-chan. There's one other person who seemed jealous.
ケイちゃんには一番似合わないのが出てきちゃったね。
Not wanting for her expression to give it away, she had said that to hide her
なん
embarrassment.
つうのか、プリティっていうか、キュートっていうか、可愛いのは認めるんだが、着せ替え人形はちょっとな。
ケイちゃんが持ってたら、確実に明日から、あれな趣味の人扱いだね。うん。
Okay. But, I mean, no. This is his gift, so no, never mind. I was gonna say, You should express that you would like it, but no, it's not that she knows that Keiichi's gonna give it away. Because he got it as a gift. So yeah, never mind. Mion's usually teasing way of talking. I looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Mion was right in front of me. Mion was the, excuse me, only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her, but I didn't. Excuse me. Turning away from Mion's covetous gaze, I gave the doll to Rena. Mion's smile bore into my back. There was no way I couldn't have noticed. Why did I not give it to Mion, since Mion was the only one who didn't get anything? Wouldn't it have just been standard practice to give it to her? At that time, I'd noticed something was wrong. That's why I said it.
保身のためだよ。レナにあげないと夜道が怖い。
違いない違いない。
ミオンにあげようかと思ったけど、ちょっと違うよな。
Something dark flickered briefly in Mion's eyes, but at the time I didn't notice. I thought to give it to Mion. Why didn't I?
へへへへ、わかってるじゃない。私さ、どうして男に生まれなかったのかなって思う時あるよ。
Mion herself said that with a laugh, so I didn't realize I'd hurt her.
そうだな。ミオンってかっこいい系の方が似合うやつだもんな。だからこの店の手伝いはシオンちゃんが来て正解だったと思うぜ。
Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me.
その制服、ミオンなんかには絶対に似合わないと思うけど。
Yeah, I thought that Keiichi was being a dickhead here.
シオンちゃんにはよく似合ってると思うしさ。
それって
Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red. Mion seemed really happy. She seemed happy that I complimented Shion. Saying that it didn't suited Mion but suited Shion. Saying that it suited her seemed to make her happy.
ミオンの双子の妹なんだよ。性格は違うけど、外見は瓜二つなんだ。
そうそう。外見は似てるけど中身は大違いなんだよ。私は優しくて思慮深いけど、シオンは冷めてておっかない性格なんだよね。
When did she say this? Wait, when did she say that?
生まれた時に、ミオンの女の子らしい部分は、全部シオンに言っちゃったんだと思う。ミオンと違って、実にはにかんだ笑顔の似合う、可愛い女の子なんだ。
Mion made a strange face that was both angry and happy at the same time. Since she was happy, I said Shion was cute. Sneaking a look inside the box to say she just put some leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside.
本当にいいのか？これ、タバスコとかがいっぱい入ってるとか、そういう冗談じゃないのかよ。
もう、お姉じゃないんですから、私そんなことしませんよ。別に嫌なら無理しなくても。帰って自分で食べちゃいますから。
I'm not my sister. That was how she said it. Shion was insistent that she wasn't Mion. She was saying that she was Shion, that I shouldn't think of her as Mion. When Mion was Shion, it carried a special meaning.
みーちゃんって不思議でしょ？女の子なんだけど、男の子みたいっていうか。
That's what Rena said.
でもね、そんなみーちゃんも、本当はすっごく女の子らしいんだよ。
レナ、お前、ミオンにいくらもらったんだよ。
違うの。もう、ちゃんとした話をしてるんだよ。
Rena began to pout. Now probably wasn't the right time to joke
みーちゃん
around.
は部活の部長さんだから、みんなのリーダーとして頑張ってるけど、本当は、とっても可愛い女の子なんだよ。それ、特に圭一くんには忘れてほしくないな。
There never was a riddle to begin with. Rena was saying the answer right from the beginning.
それで、もう私、何が何だか。ケイちゃんに悪気がなかったのは分かってる。分かってるつもり。
圭一くんは、人を傷つけるような人じゃないよ。だから、みーちゃんが痛みを覚える必要なんか 全然ないんだよ。
Dude, I always like I remember that entire conversation he said. He talked with like when he met Shion for the first time. I thought that entire conversation that Keiichi was being such an asshole right now. Like it was such a like conversation of just mean things for absolutely no reason.
じゃあ、何なんだろうね。悔しいのか。それとも悲しいのか。
欲しかった？あのお人形。レナがもらったのをあげても何にも解決にならないもんね。
そうだね。
じゃあみーちゃん、ケイチくんにおねだりしてごらんよ。正面からぶつかってみた方が結構解決できるかもしれないよ。
そんなのできるわけないじゃない。
今さら恥ずかしくてできない？
ミオンじゃない私でもう一回やり直したい。そうしたら今度はもっと素直になりたい。ミオンとしてのケイちゃんとの関係はとても気に入ってるよ。わがままだと知ってるけど、もう一回。
きっと気づいてくれるよ、ケイチくん。
そうかな。
レナも応援するから。みーちゃんの悲しみが軽くなる方法を探してみようよ。私を信じて。みーちゃんを泣かせたりなんか絶対にさせないから。
信じる。信じる。
きっとケイチくんはみーちゃんのこともわかってくれるよ。それでね、無神経なことを言ってごめんねって言って、あのお店にみーちゃんを連れて行って、あのお人形をプレゼントしてくれるの。
うん。
そうしたら、みーちゃんもありがとうって言うんだよ。茶化しちゃダメだよ。素直に言うんだからね。
欲しいなって言ったら、ケイちゃん、買ってくれます？
Shion said it quietly, doing her best to quell her embarrassment. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment. But like Mion, I quelled that impulse.
いいよ、ミオン。今日までのお礼ってことで、どれでも買ってやるよ。
My voice cracked with the unfamiliar words. In order to not lose Mion trying her best, I tried my best as well.
だから私、ミオンじゃなくてシオン。
じゃあ、シオン。シオンに買ってやるよ。
Shion looked down. Red face, she pointed to the doll in the dress, the store window.
本当にいいんですか？あのドレスのだけはちょっぴり高いんですよ。
値段の問題じゃないだろう。気持ちの問題だよ。
私、今日はケイちゃんに嫌なお客さんから助けてもらえて本当に嬉しかったです。先輩たちもみんな助けてくれなかったのに、ケイちゃんだけは助けてくれました。私の肩をグイって引っ張ってくれましたよね。
I like this song. Is this like Mion's theme?
あの時、すごくかっこよかったです。なのに私、恥ずかしくって、ちゃんとしたお礼もできなくって。
I clamped my hand down on Shion's head and ruffled her hair roughly, like how I would to Rena and the others. When I did that, Shion, like Rena, would have spaced out and blushed slightly.
そんな難しいのは抜きでいいよ。あの時、あげてればよかったんだ。そうすれば、みんな楽しく笑ってられたんだ。
Shion didn't respond. She turned bright red like she was trying to hold back laughter and
今
tears.
買ってくれよ。そこで待ってろよ。
私も一緒に行きます。
Saying that, she grabbed onto my arm once again. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore.
お姉がどうしてケイちゃんのことを好きなのか、私、よくわかった気がします。ねえ、 ケイちゃんのこと、ちょっぴり好きになってもいいですか？
An unfamiliar situation made my head start to spin. Whoa, what am I doing? I reached my limit. Smiling wryly to hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion to the store with me.
すみません。表のショーウィンドウにあるドレスの人形が欲しいんですけど。
For a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement, and an apron-clad employee soon appeared. I knew it! I knew it was a fake out! I knew it! It just didn't make sense. It just did not make sense. I'm happy. They really tried the fake out, and it almost got me. It's almost got me. But I was thinking, as soon as we entered, Mion is gonna be sitting there. I did persevere to the end.
それに、なんであんたがここにいるの？
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I stuck it out to the end and I wasn't complete. Like, I was like, dude, am I just stupid? Like, am I just stupid thinking this? Like, there's no way. Like, even as they were going through all of that, I was like, no way. Like, there are a lot of, like, the thing that always held me back was the thing at the very end where it's like he whispered the tickets to Mion and Mion had absolutely no clue what he was talking about. That's the thing that was always pulling me back, that like, that just does not make sense.
バイト中のお姉には関係ありません。私、ケイちゃんとデート中なんですから。なんでケイちゃん。
Even if you asked why, I'd like to know the answer myself. Mion looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise. That was the same with me. She was there, then who was next to me?
最初からそうだって言ってますよ。園崎シオンです。お姉の双子の妹ですよ。ケイちゃんだって私のことをシオンって呼んでたじゃないですか。
Shion saying that pouted cutely.
どういうことなの？説明してよ、シオン。別に。
Quick, you need to hurry. Hurry for what?
お姉がご就寝のケイちゃんってどんな人なのかなって思って、デザートフェスタのチケットを都合してあげたんです。そしたらケイちゃん、私が嫌なお客さんに絡まれているところに颯爽と現れて、バッタバッタとなぎ倒して私を助けてくれて。
You're late? You need to hurry? Wait, hurry for what, Indie Man? Both Mion and I raised our voices pathetically, expressing our confusion to the
ミオンが
utmost.
電話をくれたろ、昨日さ。
しないよ私。何のことか全然わかんない。
You know the thing you're late for.
ケイちゃんのためにお弁当を届けてあげたよね。あれは私だもんね。それともあれ、お姉だったの？園崎ミオンともあろうお方が手作り弁当を作って
You know? Oh, you're right. Oh,
男の子の家
that
に
thing.
海
You're
外し
so
く
right,
届けに
Indie
行っ
Man.
たと？
And I'm late.
へ
Yeah.
え、お姉って見かけによらず大胆。
A loud pop, a trail of smoke began to rise from Mion's head.
知らない知らない。ほらねケイちゃん、お姉は知らないって。だから昨日までのは全部私、園崎シオンなの。私のふりをしたお姉かもしれないって思ってたかもしれないけど、これで疑いは晴れたでしょ？
I couldn't tell up from down at that moment. There's a mirror around. I could have seen with my eye. There's a mirror around. I could have seen my eyes go wide from the shock.
店員さん、表のショーケースの人形包んでくださいね。大好きになった人からの初めてのプレゼントだから
Yeah, you're
ちゃんと
like,
リボン
yeah.
付きで梱包してほしいです。
Mion, completely flustered, was being cornered by a sly-faced Shion. My brain had stopped working.
そんな、ケイちゃん、何がどうなって。じゃあ行こう。ケイちゃん、もう暗くなってきたからお家まで送ってあげるね。おねえ、悪いけど沖宮の家に電話して車を回すように言ってもらえる？自転車も積めるように
car?
ワゴンか何かで来てほしいって伝えてね。
Dude, are these people like extremely rich? In contrast to Shion, who had glee written all over her face, Mion was an empty shell and looked like she could burst into tears at any moment.
ケイちゃん。
After that, Mion's grumblings were unrelenting. Okay. I'm so happy that I stuck through with my belief and kept it until the end. It hasn't been long enough. Tips acquired. So, yeah, all that chapter, that was all one chapter. It hasn't been a while. Okay, I know we still have your video. Could you post your video again, Indie Man? Like, you don't need to put the points, but just put it
昨日まで毎
in.
日お会いしてたじゃないですか。
もういい。お前がそうだって言
Yeah,
うな
they
ら
do sound like
そう
two
いうこ
different
とでいい。
people. I agree. The voice for me the entire time, I thought it was two different people. Someone from Shion's house came to get me in a station wagon. I had initially refused, but Shion insisted, so both my bicycle and I ended up stuffed in the car. Said car was currently driving across the single bumpy road leading to Hinamizawa. For goodness sake, Shion was Mion's level at least, or maybe even... Oh, no, I didn't say your name. Yeah, and your that's what I'm saying. Sorry, not Indie Man. I meant Ruben. Ruben put your video in. Indie Man didn't, Indie Man just arrived. My bad. I did say your name, but it was a misspeak, so it wasn't necessary. For goodness sake, Shion was Mion's level at least, or maybe even better actor. Either way, no matter what questions I pressed her with, she'd slip out of them like a needle.
しかし、そっくりだな。ミオンみたいに髪を後ろで結んだら、やっぱりミオンそっくりになるのか？
さあ、試せばそうなるんじゃないですか。私たち筋金入りの一卵性ですから。昔は服を取り替えっこしただけで誰も見破れなかったものです。お姉と一緒に断るごとに入れ替わって、いろいろと騙したりしましたっけ。
What is a Reuben sandwich? I understand it's a type of sandwich, but what does it contain on it? The middle-aged driver wearing a black suit heaved a heavy sigh like he were a butler.
なあにかさい、その深いため息は。
失礼しました。昔から変わられないなと思っただけですよ。
You could see many years of hardships on the man's face through the rear view
それ
mirror.
より、ケイちゃんの家ってこっちでいいんです
That
か？
sounds good.
葛西は園崎本家の道以外はひなみ沢をよく知らないから。
Yeah, he does. No, I literally, like, you don't go up to someone's sibling and then you start talking shit about their sibling. Or, you know, about you know what I'm trying to say.
任せておくと矢後地あたりまで走ってっちゃいますよ。
そりゃ困る。すみません。次の右に入る細い道のところで止めてください。そこまでで結構です。
He stopped the car at the desired place. The driver, Kasai-san, got my bike out of the trunk for me.
あ、どうもすみません。今日は送ってもらってありがとうございます。
He did also say to me, yes, he did.
圭一さんでしたか、お名前。
This guy looks like Slenderman with like features painted on.
あ、はい。
いろいろと災難はあると思いますが、そのうち飽きると思いますので、どうかそれまでご辛抱ください。
He gave me a deep, deep look of sympathy. The guy has definitely been dealing with the Sonozaki sisters ever since they were little kids.
ですが、ミオンさんと同じで、根は優しい
It's
方なんで
Uncle,
すよ。
it really is. Isn't this the Bank of America logo?
それはつまり ミオン並みに迷惑をかけるやつだということですか。
The man's face froze in a smile. His reply lost. Hey, back me up here. No, that's a sideways kite.
じゃあねケイちゃん、また会いましょうね。
You guys just saw each other. What do you mean say hi to my sister for me
私も
too?
明日からひなみ沢の学校に通おうかな。
絶対に来るな。シオンが転校してきたら俺が沖宮の学校に転校するから。
それはすごくひどいことですよケイちゃん。
A short beep of the horn. The man gave a little wave to me from the driver's seat. Then the car withdrew into the dark night roads, leaving dust in its wake. Man, this entire day made no sense. I ran into Mion while I was with Shion, and the former's expression, like a pigeon shot with a pellet gun, had finally begun to make a strong impression on me. Dude, it really tested my, how do you say? Yeah, I think that's fair. But why did it show that entire conversation with Rena, by the way? Like, what was the point? Why did they do that? Honestly, I don't think it's that bad of a laugh. That just sounds like a normal laugh to me. I think so, at least. This is like the Death Note reference. This is like... Is it like a common thing that people hate this laugh, though? Kira in lab coat, so true. I definitely would need to watch Steins Gate at some point. But I don't know when. No, I just thought, oh, okay. Very cool. All right. You did it? You got him? What'd you get? Okay. I think Paul sounds like a pretty cool guy. Okay. I think that'll be it from me then for today, though. Brain hurty, but you know what? It's okay. Ugh. Oh, okay, nice. How'd you get it? Solid stream, just... I mean, I've always said this, Mion's my favorite character. So, always justice for Mion in my book. Like, or at least so far, Mion is my favorite character. Sad that she has very little, like, screen time this chapter. And judging from what Daine and Surplus said, she doesn't get that much later on as well. But, right now she is my favorite character. I really enjoyed her in chapter 1, and I hope she has more appearances. So, we'll see. Okay. But yeah. As long as my voice isn't completely dead tomorrow, and I don't think it will be because I wasn't losing my voice the entirety of stream. It's still the same that I had from the beginning of stream to the end of stream. So I think I should be even better tomorrow. Maybe my voice will have fully repaired, if not, like, partly repaired. But yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. But yeah. That'll be it from me then for today. Thank you for everyone who stopped by the stream. I appreciate it. And I'll be back with more Higurashi when they cry